Hello and welcome to LindaZ's Thursday morning. I'm in the festive mood. Last week we did a happy Thanksgiving. This week I thought about Christmas. I was having my breakfast this morning and I saw these placemats and I thought, oh, you know, this is a really cute little canvas placemat that I bought in a store, right? And I thought it would be so easy to make this placemat by just tracing around the shape of it and then just putting a binding on a canvas. It's canvas, one-sided. It is not even quilted. It doesn't have lining or anything, no batting. It's just a piece of canvas and a binding wrapped all around it. And I thought, well, that would be really fun to do that with some festive fabrics. So I found this Benertex fabric. It's a, let's see, what are we calling it? We're calling it a brocade in cream. So it's not quite as thick as my canvas here, but it is a little bit thicker than your regular cotton quilting. We do have a lot of the canvas fabrics at LindaZ's. Maybe not all of them are in the Christmas theme, but we do have some really pretty sewing themes, some neutral like house decoration type themes that we over at the store. And I was thinking even this red one here would have been pretty too, but I chose a different one. I chose this flowered Christmas one, but this red one, which is a linen, Indian linen from I'm not sure who makes this one. It's actually Moda, yes. And so we've got this also, which constitutes, it is basically a linen canvas. So that would have been a very pretty example of how you could make a placemat with this, this linen here. So what I've done is with a half of a yard, I'm able to make 3 by cutting a half a yard. Here's my half yard cut that I cut earlier. And then I turned it to the back side because it's white on the back. And I just used this air erase marker pen. And I took my placemats and I just traced around them 3 times, right? So with the pen, traced around. And I've got a second one here. Actually, this is an air erasable, so I'm gonna cut these out before the line erases, before it goes away, because it's going to go away pretty quickly. So I've got one cut out already, and here, why don't I just cut out the other 2 while I've got you a captive audience here. Just grab any old scissor and cut along that line. So I've just traced around. Actually, this one is pretty much erased. That's hilarious. I can't even see it now. I'm going to retrace that line with my handy dandy air erasable, because I see this line here, but I'm going to do that one again too. So it's really easy. It's like a marker pen that erases with the air. And so I'm just going to cut the one and then I can trace the other one later. There we go. Got my line back. And just cutting on the line, so much fun. These creative projects like this. Follow the line. You know, I just thought it'd be fun to have a different themed placemat. Really easy to make. This part is the easiest part, really, the tracing and the cutting out of the actual canvas of the placemat. It's the easiest part. The longest part is the pressing of the binding that you'll put around it. So I just cut, because my sample here is a very fine binding. It finishes at 1/4 of an inch on both sides. And so I just thought I'd cut about 1.25 yards. I mean, 1.25 inches, not 1.25 yards. 1.25 inches of the red fabric that I'm using right here. It's a sateen from Benertex, very pretty red. They've come out with a few colors of these sateen colors that are beautiful for not only the binding, but for any embroidery project that you have. So, but I just thought I liked it because it was a very Christmassy red. So there's another one. So I've got my set of 2, and if you were to buy a yard of fabric, you could make 6, right? So, and if you buy a yard of the canvas and then a 1/4 of a yard of the coordinating binding fabric that you buy, the red here, you can make six. You can make 6 of the placemats, and you can have that as a gift for someone, or you can just make it for your own table in any theme that you want, any time of the year. So I just wanted to show you this bias tape maker that I was going to use. There are several different sizes. This one is the quarter inch size, but so it's the green one, and there are all kinds of different colors that we carry at the store, different sizes. So each color has a different size. So they're the bias tape makers, and they're perfect for making this project. So I just thought I would pull that one, show that one to you. And so let's move over to the machine now, where I've set up a portion of the first. So 2 strips of the 1 1/4 inch binding will go around, less than 2 strips really, but you need more than 1 strip to go around and then to finish 1 placemat that looks like the size that we have here. So here I'm using the Juki straight stitch machine. This is the TL18 QVP. I've got a red glide 40 weight embroidery thread in the upper thread and in the bobbin, because it will show on both sides. This it's going to stitch down, attach the bias tape from top to and bottom. And I've got my stitch length at a 2, and I've got a top stitch needle in the machine so that I can see pretty well. It's because I'm doing top stitching here right now, stitching down the binding. So, and I've pinned basically around. So what's nice about these, and it's bias tape. So basically it's on a 45-degree angle that it's cut, these strips of binding. And so I've cut these angles, so it's going to make it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to be going around the corners of the placemat, and I'm just stitching close to the edge of the binding as we go, and I've pinned it down, and it's looking pretty good so far. I just wanted a shorter stitch because this is potentially going in the wash a lot, and I just wanted to make sure it was sturdy enough. I actually have a pin cushion over here, so I can put the pins in my pin cushion as I go. And so I just go slowly around the corner. Oh, one other thing that I think we can add to show you is a Bianni stylus that basically, whoops, it's not only a stylus, but it's also a point turner for when you're doing turning. So this tool is great to be able to use to help hold down the binding here. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but it's really nice to be able to get really close to that needle and then hold in place the binding as we go around this corner. Just going around the corner, I'm going to pull my next pin out. Once I get around the corner, I'm actually going to stop and show you what I'm doing because you get the picture pretty much. Take the pin out, hold that down. Stitching right along the edge of the binding. I'm going to go to my last pin, and then I'm just going to go to the next pin. Both the heel of the foot control and there's a button on the side of the machine here I'll push for cutting the thread, so I can cut the thread. And you can see how easy that was to stitch down that binding. So yeah, that was, I realized that maybe like us to do another video on how we finish up the binding, but we have done videos on this in the past, so maybe you could look at our YouTube list of videos and see how we finish up the binding. Leave a comment to let us know if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, I'd like to mention that we do have our Black Friday sale that has started because I think some of our postcards have hit the mailboxes already, and so when that was going to happen, we were going to start all of our Black Friday sales. So please give us a call. There are some excellent sales. I know that our holiday fabrics are going to be marked down for the holiday season, so look that up, ask about that. And our machines, of course, are definitely every single brand that we carry The manufacturers have come out with some wonderful packages for the holiday season, and that's starting on Black Friday, so starting right now, actually. So if you are interested in any of that, please let us know, and we'd love to help you get one in your hands. Have a nice day.